Good morning. We're back at Fairbanks train yard, and we're going to hop on the Wilderness Express, part of the Alaskan Railroad, to take us back to Denali this morning. I love this train. It's really beautiful. I love the bright colors, and then the experience on the Wilderness Express has been really, really fun. So of course, the day before yesterday, we came up from Talkeetna through Denali and all the way to here in Fairbanks on the Wilderness Express. And then today again, we're going to ride the Wilderness Express again to take us back down to Talkeetna. They actually serve lunch and dinner on the train. It was a neat experience, and you should check it out. It's a neat way to see this area as we drive by. I think you get to see different things that you wouldn't see if you were just driving on the Parks Highway, for example. Really beautiful landscapes of the terrain. We saw moose on the way by. I didn't see any bear, but that's probably a good thing. So Melissa's getting us checked in here to the Denali Bluffs. I had to go check out this view. Just another stunning area. Calls for a panorama for sure.
The Denali Bluffs Hotel. Check out this view.
Love it.
River, mountains. We had to come up a little hill to get here, so we're gonna wander down and check out what there is close to the hotel.
Our experience with mosquitoes so far? Yeah, that's pretty much right. They'll carry you off.
All right, we are on the last 2 nights of our Alaskan adventure. We're here in Denali, and then we'll head to Anchorage and get on a plane home. Of the entire trip, the cruise with those ports, and then the land portion that we've done, I want everybody to give their opinion of if we were to come back. Would you want to do a cruise? Would you want to do land? Would you want more time in places? What have been your thoughts and feelings of what we've seen?
So I think that it's very difficult to discern like what was better versus one or the other, like cruise versus the land portion, because they were both a lot of fun. There are lots of good moments both halves. However, I can say I had a favorite thing, single thing that we did, which was the glacial landing in Talkeetna. So I would definitely want to do that again. However, I enjoyed the cruise a lot more than getting up and moving from hotel to lodge to B&B. I much preferred the cruise. However, because we stayed on the cruise for so long, the scenery got a little boring because it was like, oh, we're in Cafe Bacchio again, and it's just, we're here again. But it was very dynamic when we're moving from place to place to place because it's so many different things. But there is no stagnant, like, I don't know, just forget me.
I agree with Isabel on some of those points, but other points I don't agree, like with the cruise ship stuff. I liked the cruise ship and all that, but I think the land portion was better. We were able to do more things, but I agree with Isabel on how we need to spend more time in some of the towns. It did get a little something when we had to leave and go to a different place like every day or every 2 days. But I think I would rather do the land portion again and just leave off Fairbanks because we did the cruise ship thing and it wasn't amazing.
The riverboat.
The riverboat. But the glacial landing was really fun. I definitely want to do that again, and I think this would be a fun place to stay for another day. Okay.
I don't know, I really enjoyed the cruise portion. I thought it was really good. I loved all the stops that we made. We got to see different things. And despite
really squeezing every drop out of every stop. There was times when you can kind of just relax a little bit, right? You can go back to our stateroom and just kind of hang out. The land portion has been great. We've continued to see different cities along the way, but the pack up all your stuff, get it on a train, and go. Does get a little stressful, right? So it's not all that relaxing, but we have been able to see a lot of amazing things, right? So we've hit several major cities. I mean, check the list of all the things you want to do in Alaska. We've been able to do them, so I'm really excited about that. So I think with the question of which part would you do again, I'd hate to miss out on some of the pieces that we've seen. If I had to choose one, I'd probably do the cruise, just because I really enjoyed that experience. It was a great ship. I felt like we got to see a lot of things. The beauty surrounding the ship at all times was amazing. But at the same time, I hate the idea of having, if we were to miss out on the experiences there in Talkeetna with the glacier landing and so on. So we've done a lot of great things. Love the train. So far, it's been a great vacation. And even today, we were here in Denali. Beautiful views. Tomorrow, what are we doing tomorrow?
Whitewater rafting.
Whitewater rafting tomorrow here in Denali. So we saved that to the end just in case we all get a cold.
Okay, not much different than what some of the things they've said. The cruise was great. I agree with Brian. You're relaxed on the cruise. Even when we did have 4 ports, and so those days were go, go, go. We had a sea day at the beginning, and then the Hubbard Glacier viewing day at the end. It was fun, but it was still a lot of stuff packed in there. And I love a cruise ship, so I'm always going to say I love that part. But I would like to fly into Anchorage and just do 3 or 4 days in Denali, like where we are today. I think we would spend more time here and maybe go down to Seward where we got off the ship and maybe do fishing. Maybe, spend 3 or 4 days instead, because we've only had 1 to 2 days at each place. We've lived out of suitcases, and that's been a little difficult. So if we could extend the time in each place, especially now that we've seen it and we know what we like, what we don't like, we could kind of really tune it into what exactly we want to do. And we would definitely do the glacier landing. I think everybody feels the same way about the glacier landing. That was awesome. Unbelievable, #1 thing. But we went watching for whales and learning what to watch for and seeing those tails flip up. That was fun to me because I love, anything in the ocean. I'm an ocean girl, I think I'm related to Moana. Because when I'm not near the ocean, it calls me back. Just any days while we're sailing on the cruise ship, not just, it was an excursion, we'd look out the window and there was a whale we were just passing by. That's a big deal to me, so I love that. I've really learned a lot. I've seen a lot. We've done so much. I said this was going to be a one and done trip possibly, so we were trying to do it all, but there's no way that I'm not going to get back to Alaska one day. It's been wonderful.
So for example, if we went back to just Seward, what would you want to do there?
Well, if we didn't do a cruise, there's the things we did on the cruise we could do out of Seward, like a whale watching tour or a half or full day fishing expedition. They say the fishing is great out of Seward. Glacier, like little small boat glacier tours. You can go out and see those kind of things.
In Anchorage, we hit the museum, but it was also kind of a cool down day for us. It gave us a chance to catch up on all the laundry that we had accumulated through the cruise and get ready for the land portion of the journey. So we enjoyed the museum. We had a couple of nice dinners, and then really it was head out from there to Talkeetna.
That's right.
They keep telling me not to sing the Batman song, but it's so tempting.
From our hotel room at the Bluffs in Denali. And there's the train we rode. Zoom in, you can see the last 2 cars on the very back of the Alaska Road. That's the Wilderness Express Dome cars. There's only 2 of them. They're on the very back. It's a whole separate check-in than the rest of the train.
This is the Alaskan Range from Denali. It's the river. Mountains. It's 9 o'clock at night. You can see the moon.
You can see the moon, but you can also see the sun.
How about that?
Hey, we're sitting in this beautiful pavilion overlooking the mountains. We still have on our sunglasses and it's 9 o'clock at night. We've been here almost 2 weeks in Alaska and I'm still not used to that.
It's the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing. 11 o'clock at night, midnight in some places, sun's still up. And even in Fairbanks, the sun would go down after midnight and then come back up at like 3:30, I think.
Right around 3, so about 3 hours. It was down, then it was back up again. It's really cool. I'm not adjusting to it even after 2 weeks. But yet, when I go home, I don't know. I may be up at midnight going, okay, what am I do now?